Good morning, my taste buds. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein, and I'm putting the squeeze on some sandwiches. I'm making some of my best paninis, so join me for some pressing issues today on SoFlo Taste. How fun is that? Good morning, taste buds, and welcome to SoFlo Taste here in my Senora Martinez kitchen in Coral Gables. Who doesn't like a really good sandwich? No one, that's who. Now take that really good sandwich and press it between two sources of heat, and you've got something even better than a really good sandwich. You've got a panini. So today I thought it would be fun to give you some of my best panini recipes. Let's get cooking. So we're going to start with a traditional Italian, what we call like an American Italian sandwich, right? So I'm going to take a baguette for this one. I've got some beautiful bread here today. Let's cut that off. I'm thinking that's probably about 7 inches. Okay. Put this back here. Let's go ahead and cut that in half. So you can use anything you like for your Italian panini, but I'm going to tell you what I love because I love subs. And so this is kind of based on an Italian, and I say Italian like this because it's kind of very American, sub. We've got mortadella. Remember, there's pistachios in it. We've got salami, Genoa, and more of a traditional salami. And we've got provolone, we've got some pepper jack. But to go ahead and instead of using mayonnaise today, I'm going to use some Calabrian chili spread, just a little bit to make it a little bit spicy. And we're going to start with that. I love pickles on my sandwich too, and this kind of replaces the pickle, but I also have banana peppers here, which are going to be delicious. And then we're going to make a little dressing for salad. So let's go ahead and start layering up our meats and cheeses. I always do the cheese on the bottom side because I like it to melt on the bottom. So let's start with some mortadella, and then the 2 salamis, mortadella, and again, you can make this as you wish. You can use prosciutto or ham. You know, it's really up to you what you want to put into your sandwich. We're all kind of funny about deli meat, right? And I got all this deli meat. Not only I purchased it, but I also had it sliced at Milam's. And Milam's Markets wants me to remind you, by the way, that they make Boar's Head sandwiches in their delis. They make a variety of subs, wraps, and their own paninis. Pre-order online or pick up in one of the 6 Milam's Markets in SoFlo. Order at milamsmarkets.com. They rock. They are just wonderful. All right, so let's start with the cheeses on this side. And I love my peppers to melt into my cheese. So what I'm going to do is, after I get my beautiful cheeses here, we're going to go ahead and put these banana peppers, spread them along the cheese side, and then we're going to put this baby in the press. Now I'm going to put a little bit of black pepper on it for now, and just a tiny little bit of salt, just a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and close. I can't decide what side to close. I guess I should close on the top. All right, so let's go into the press. Now I sprayed the press with just a little bit of cooking oil. And let's go ahead and start pressing this sandwich. But let's also make a beautiful little salad, just some lettuce with a nice vinaigrette to go into that sandwich when it comes out, so that you have freshness and a little fresh crisp once you have that delicious warm sandwich. So I'm going to throw a little bit of oil and a touch of red wine vinegar. I love red wine vinegar for this type of salad, just a little bit. Just so you know, I always do kind of a scale. If you want it to be a little bold in vinegar, you add 1 part vinegar to 3 parts oil, and if you want it to be a little more delicate, you do 1 to 4. This is oregano, dried oregano, some salt, some more black pepper. Just mix that up a little bit. You don't really even need a whisk, but you know, we get fancy here. And then throw our lettuce in. I'm just gonna mix this around, and once that panini comes out, that cheese should be beautifully melted, and I'll fill that sandwich with some lettuce. Come right back, I got more paninis for you. You're watching SoFlo Taste on the Road, sponsored by Goya. SoFloShows.com is a great place to celebrate the food of South Florida. It's also the place to ask me a question or make a comment, especially a good comment. Again, SoFloShows.com.
Come back to the Goya Kitchen. Chef Michelle is just getting started here on Local 10.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. The word panini or panino comes to us from Italy, where it means bread roll. So let's get back to putting delicious between bread. So we have this beautiful Italian sub panini that we made. It is pressed, as you can see. The cheese is just starting to melt. I don't like it too melty gooey, but a little bit. So I'm going to open that up now. And remember, I told you I love when the banana peppers start melting into the cheese. Well, that's happened. And all I'm going to do is place some beautiful fresh lettuce. Remember, I made that yummy vinaigrette with the red wine vinegar and olive oil and oregano. Place this back on and just cut this beauty in half. So we have our first panini. Look how gorgeous this is. I think it looks delicious. All right, so that's our first one. For our second one, I went a little fun. I love pressing English muffins and making sandwiches out of them. So the next panini or panino is going to be made with English muffin bread. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get a little creative now. We've got beautiful sliced turkey and Swiss, again, from Milam's Market. Thank you guys so much. Y'all really made it beautiful today. But I'm gonna make a beautiful spread for this, this bread. So what we're gonna do is, we've got some sun-dried tomatoes. It's been a minute since I used sun-dried tomatoes, and how perfect is it to make a spread for this panino with some sun-dried tomatoes. I've got, again, I took the Calabrian chili spread again just because I love this stuff and my husband loves it on everything. So I thought it would be cool. Now, if you're more of, you know, kind of a kimchi person or a sriracha kind of a person, you can use that too, or just regular hot sauce. Tiny, tiny, tiny bit of minced garlic. Not too much. You don't want it to be overwhelming. And here I've got some beautiful fresh basil. I'm just going to pick some leaves off of the basil. Ah, wow, it smells good. All right, let's put that in here. A little bit more. There we go. All right. And anything that falls as well. Put that aside. I'm going to add the tiniest touch of olive oil just to help move that blender just a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grind that up, and then we're going to put that into some mayonnaise. Okay, I have a tiny little food processor today. Yep, so everything got really nicely chopped up. See that? So I'm going to take what's inside of here and go ahead and put it into the mayo. And this will be the spread. You don't really need much more than that, It is English muffin bread, so it's going to be a little bit softer. I have this really beautiful fresh turkey and Swiss right here. So let's go ahead and just layer it all up so we can put it into the griddle. So you can go as heavy as you want. Now, if you're not a mayonnaise person, which we have one on set today, you can make this mix without the mayonnaise. You don't really have to have it. I just really love mayo. So to me, it like goes together so beautifully, but you don't need it. You can add just a little bit more oil in your blender or food processor at home and just use that. So let's go ahead and layer one with turkey and cheese on the top, and one with cheese on the bottom and turkey on the top. There we go. And don't be shy with the amount of stuff that you want to use. Now, I don't like it like layered up to here. That makes me a little crazy because I can't get all that into my mouth in one beautiful bite. So I go thick, but not too thick. All right, there we have it. Let's go into the griddle. And again, come right back because I have another beautiful panini. But before you go, all of my recipes are always available on the SoFlo Show's webpage. Just take a shot of this QR code with your phone and you'll be whisked directly to the SoFlo Taste recipe page. It's an easy way for your taste buds to stay in touch. Now come right back. SoFlo Taste will return right after this.
It's a Milam's Markets Minute. Here's Melinda Harper.
Christy, we are about to throw an amazing party. I'd say maybe a rager.
And it's going to be fun, but all of this is, you wouldn't guess, but it is non-alcoholic and zero proof. Athletic Brewing is one of the well-known, highest-selling non-alcoholic brands, but we also have a new one which is called Best Day Brewing. You can also try these aperitifs or some zero-proof cocktails that Recess makes.
Okay, some
And
mojitos.
I have never tried this before, but this is zero-proof liquor, so rum, whiskey, vodka.
That is so interesting. You know, this has come a long way. If you really like the flavor of an alcohol or you love the flavor of a martini, you can have it and not have those side effects. Christy, this is an amazing selection of non-alcoholic beverages here at Milam. So how do customers come out to find it?
You can stop by our winery at any of our 6 locations in South Florida, or if you want to just order it online for delivery, simply go to milamsmarkets.com and we'll deliver it to your door.
I invite you to come out to a store and see the selection for yourself. It is amazing. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. Let's get back to the food. All right, everyone, check this out. Look how gorgeous this one came out. So beautiful, our English muffin panini. Just delicious. I don't know if I should cut it. It's so yummy. I'm gonna leave it the way it is. I don't know. For me, this would be, you know, like easy to eat. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that. Yum. And there you have this one. Oh, I don't know. I think this one wins right now. All right, let's jump into the next one. This is going to be a prosciutto mozzarella. I know, a little traditional. Panino with a little pesto sauce. So for the pesto and for the bread, I've decided on a doppio for the bread. Check this one out. This is beautiful. It gets really crusty in the panini press, and I think it'll be lovely. Let's start with the pesto first, though. I picked all that basil that was up here earlier, so it's a lot of basil leaves. These are some toasted pine nuts. Let's go ahead and add those in to the food processor. We've got minced garlic, but I don't use that much because I don't want that to be the lasting flavor of the pesto, so just a little bit of that. And then the cheese I'll add in a minute. Let's add a little bit of salt right now. Let's see how this chops up before I add the lemon. It's actually doing pretty good. Okay, that's really nice. Only one basil leaf didn't get in there. All right, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and add a lemon to the mix. You want that great balance. Now, I hate when pesto has too much lemon, but I also hate when it doesn't have enough salt. I don't know, it has to have like this beautiful balance of like brininess and acidity, but also the mellowness of the basil and the oil. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to it, but not too much. And we're gonna finish with the cheese. I added salt, but I'm gonna just a little bit more. All right. Now it's pesto. So it's all completely combined. The only thing, like I said, missing is going to be the Parmesan cheese. So let's go ahead and add this in there and mix that up. Delicious. So if you don't make a panini, now you can make some pasta tonight because we made some pesto. Here we go. I think I'm gonna add some Parmesan as well to the panini because we have it and we just grated it and it's delicious. Let's cut the top off. I think we're gonna make it about that long. Looks good to me. Cut that open, and then we're gonna cut our fresh mozzarella balls, sliced. Not too thick, not too thin. You don't want it melting too quickly. I actually like it just warm, but not melty gooey. We have this gorgeous prosciutto. Again, thank you, Milums. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. Let's spoon. I go pretty heavy with the pesto because I love it, but you can make this as you wish. Yummy and yummy. I actually have an idea going into the press. I want to see if that idea works. Let's put you know what I love cooking with y'all is that I just kind of throw some ideas and you don't yell at me. You don't talk back to me. I don't know why that is, but you don't, and I appreciate that. You just have full faith in me, don't you? And if you do, I can't hear you. But I kind of wish you would. I wish you'd write me and tell me what you'd want to see more often. That would be fun. All right, so gone pretty heavy with this gorgeous stuff because it's so addictive. Flip it over. So this is what I'm gonna do. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but let's try it. I'm gonna throw some parm right over the top and press it. I'm gonna put a little touch of oil on it. If it doesn't work, don't worry, we'll edit it out and make one without it. All right, let's see. Nice and hot, so we go quick. All right, everyone, come right back so we can see if this worked. I hope it does. It looks good. We'll see what's cooking on SoFlo Taste right after this. more information on today's show or to see a recent SoFlo Taste episode, please go to our website, SoFloShows.com. There you can find everything SoFlo Taste. Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. Here we are on our pressed sandwich or panini show. It has been really yummy today. So I am pressing the mozzarella with pesto and prosciutto. I threw a little bit of Parmesan on top, not knowing if it would work. And look, it didn't stick. I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and take this beauty out of here. Kind of gingerly. And let's go ahead and cut that open and see how we look. Beautiful. Remember I told you I did not want to see melting mozzarella. I want the mozzarella to stay as it is, intact, but I want the bread to be really warm, and I've got my little crisps of Parmesan right on top of that bread, and it looks delicious. I just want to thank you all for watching me today. I love our mornings together, and remember, the next time you're building your sandwich, turn up the heat and make it a panini. So my taste buds, I'll see you next time. Goodbye, mwah, and good taste. That's delicious. I'm holding a press conference.